On the top of page 3, we're talking about Lewis dot diagrams. And a Lewis dot diagram is an arrangement of just the valence electrons around the element symbol. So remember that your valence electrons, these are your outermost electrons, meaning the ones that are furthest away from the nucleus. So we're going to start by drawing the Lewis dot structures for the following elements from the Bohr models above. I think that I used to do this a little bit differently, so we're going to ignore the Bohr model part. Sorry that still made it in there. And we're just going to draw the Lewis dot structures for these. And this is where it comes into play, doing one dot on each side before any of them get paired up. So if we're going to look up oxygen first, we don't even have to look it up. We can flip back over because we drew them already. So for oxygen, we drew the Bohr model here. The number of valence electrons that oxygen has is 6. We can also, we'll learn how to pull this from the periodic table without a Bohr model. But 6 valence electrons, we would put that around oxygen. I already accidentally made a mark here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 dot on each side before any side gets 2. So I'm going to put 5, 6. The reason we do it this way is so that we can see which electrons are unpaired. And then those will become spots available for bonding. So oxygen has 6 valence electrons. We would draw it like that. Anything else that also had 6 valence electrons, the Lewis dot structure would look the same, just with a different symbol or different letters in the middle. And then sodium, we already drew the Bohr model for that. It was here. We said it had 1 valence electron. So if we draw sodium with 1 valence electron, it doesn't matter which side you put the 1 electron on. I'm just going to put it here. So that's all we're doing, is drawing just the valence electrons, because those are the only ones that are used in bonding. And then sulfur, we also drew the Bohr model for that one, which was the last one. Sulfur had 6 valence electrons, so when I draw its Lewis dot structure, it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple enough? Looking at this, which elements above of these 3 have the same number of valence electrons?
Sulfur and oxygen.
Sulfur and oxygen. I've got to zoom this out a little bit. And then looking at our periodic table, what do we notice about sulfur and oxygen?
They're in the same column.
They're in the same column. So this means that they are in the same family or same, sorry, I'm trying to make it straight. Same family. On the periodic table, families are columns. That is the vertical thing. So if you get columns and rows mixed up, you can draw that for yourself. So if you have the same number of valence electrons as something, you will be in the same family as that thing.